We're getting ready to head into National Vocations Awareness Week, which begins on Sunday. And Kevin, of course, is dressed appropriately for our author, who is Jeannie, and she's author of the book Molly McBride and the Purple Habit. And here's Kevin in his purple shirt. Thank you.
Yes, I try to do things like that.
Thanks so much for being with us, Jeannie. Tell us about the Molly McBride books. Now, there's 2 books issued now. Is that correct?
That's right. At this point, there are 2 books, and the goal is we've got number 3 ready to go. Well, getting ready to go for February, and book number 4 is actually already a twinkle in my eye. So we've got big plans for that little girl.
And Molly has a wolf pet, Francis, and and they learn about nuns' habits and giving your heart to Jesus. Talk about what made you decide to write about this from a young girl's viewpoint.
My daughters, actually. In my own life, 2 of my aunts were nuns, were Franciscan nuns, and they really shaped my childhood. Although I didn't choose to become a sister, I could see the importance of the religious life, and I wanted to make sure my daughters know about it, and that grew to just my desire to have all children know about it. When I was a kid, and going to Catholic school growing up, our principal was a sister, our librarians were religious sisters, our teachers. Do you know, if these days, a kid can go 12 years in Catholic school and maybe a little girl may never meet a religious sister. And so somebody needs to tell kids today about religious vocations. And this is my way of doing it through children's literature. I just wanted to tell a story and invent a character that young girls can identify with. Molly is only 5 in the book. And in the first book, kind of explains the backstory, right, as my kids call it. She's met the Children of Mary sisters, who that's a real order here in the Columbus area. And she has decided from a ripe old age of 5, she's going to be a Children of Mary sister. Only here's the catch. She doesn't want to wait until she grows up. She wants to be a sister now. And her mother sewed her a cute little costume, a little purple habit, and Molly won't take it off. She wears this thing everywhere. So any parent who has kids that get really attached to a costume and they want to wear it everywhere. So this causes some problems. And the first book is about one particular big problem because her sister has a very big day coming up. Molly is expected to wear this itchy new dress that Mama bought her for this very big occasion. And the book is about how Molly deals with needing to take off her costume.
Molly's into fashion there, just like you, Kev.
Yeah. So the second one then, of course, takes off with a similar theme. She's 5, right? So that's kindergarten age. And what happens when you start Catholic school? You have to wear a uniform, and it isn't purple. And so the second book is Molly McBride and the Plaid Jumper. And that also features Francis, her wolf pet.
Now, Vocations Awareness begins this Sunday, as I mentioned in the introduction, and that's how we linked up here to learn about how to inspire vocations, even at a young age. So what made you, I know you wanted to introduce this to your daughters, and I think you're right. Kids in particular, don't have that exposure to religious sisters. So tell us about that and where people can learn more about the books.
I'd love to. Well, I made a website for Molly. It's just simply www.mollymcbrideandthepurplehabit.com. But you're also welcome, of course, to visit my publisher site. The publisher is Grace Watch Media. And I have my books there and another book that I've illustrated for another author. And there are lots of books there about the saints. And I think reading to children books about the lives of the saints and books like this actually will help to inspire kids to consider a religious vocation. I think there's a little part of every Catholic parent, right, who would just love to see, one of their children become a sister or a priest or a deacon, and of course, prayer is the most important part, especially praying the rosary for that, and then exposing children to the idea of it.
Certainly, yes, that kind of exposure to, that way of life, that certainly we're all called to service and to our vocation, but in a particular way to consecrated life and religious life. I wasn't familiar with the community of sisters that you referenced. Do they actually wear purple? And
they do. They're known as, they do. They are known as the Purple Nuns.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Had I known that was an option,
Yeah, exactly. All those little girls out there who love purple, right?
That's right. That's right. It's
They're
the color.
Wonderful, wonderful community. They have a retreat for girls every year. Yeah, you can also look up the Children of Mary sisters on the internet too and learn more about those sisters.
Great.
And we talked a little bit about the United States, the bishops page. You can go on there too. They have a great site, the ABCs of Fostering Vocations in Kids. Lots of ideas are listed there for parents to talk to your kids about religious vocations.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you took the time to be with us and to share the beautiful story of Molly.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Thanks,
You too. Thanks, Bonnie. Bye, Kevin.